Hello, and welcome back to Classic Times. Today, I'll be going through Stage 12 of the Cambridge Latin course, which is the last stage in Book 1. And I'll be going over verbs revision, and we'll meet a tragic moment in a Cambridge Latin course final passage. So let's quickly recap the imperfect tense, which we've already met. So to recognise an imperfect, verbs in the imperfect tense have the letters BA before the ending, and can be translated with the words was or were. So in the example of the verb to write, scribebam means I was writing, scribebas is you singular were writing, scribebat means he, she or it was writing, scribebamus we were writing, scribebatis you plural were writing, and scribebant they were writing. So the endings are bam, bas, bat, bamus, batis, bant, meaning I, you, he, we, you plural, they. Simples. Now let's quickly recap the perfect tense, which we've already met. So the clue letters are V, S, U and X, which are included in verbs in the perfect tense in most cases, apart from a few irregulars. And perfect tense verbs are translated often by words ending in ed. So in this example of the verb to enter, intravi is I entered, intravisti is you singular entered, intrawit means he, she or it entered, intravimus we entered, intravistis you plural entered, and intraverent means they entered. So just to recap the endings, they're e, isti, it, imus, istis, erant, which also equates to I, you singular, he, we, you plural, they. Now, just to consolidate this, I'd like you to have a go at this quick exercise. So pause the video and have a go at translating the following verbs. Now let's go through the answers. Portarvistis, you plural carried. Portarbatis, you plural were carrying. Portarbamus, we were carrying. Traxi, I dragged. Traxerant, they dragged. Traxisti, you singular dragged. Docebant, they were teaching. Docui, I taught. Docuimus, we taught. Eratis, you plural were. Audivi, I heard. And finally, trahebam, I was dragging. So well done if you got all of those verbs right. Finally, before we move on to a rather exciting passage, let's have a look at the last set of vocabulary from Book 1. Amitit, loses. Complet means fills. Custodit, guards. Epistula is a letter. A flamma is a flame. Fortiter, bravely. Frustra, in vain. Fugit, flees or runs away. A fundus is a farm. Iacet means lies. I am, now. Igiter is therefore. Mirabilis is extraordinary or strange. Mittit means sends. A mons is a mountain. Optime means very well. Pene is nearly or almost. Sentit feels. Tandem at last. Templum is a temple. Terra is ground or land. Timet fears. And the numbers unus 1, duo 2, and tres is 3. Okay, so we'll now go through the final story of the Cambridge Latin course, the passage of finis, which means end, which is a slight clue as to what's about to happen, but we'll find out in short notice. Okay, so I'll read out the first paragraph in Latin, and then I'll go through my English translation, just because I want to emphasise the sense of flow and spontaneity. I am nubes atra ad terram descendebat. I am kines densissimus incidebat. Plurimi Pompeiani I am de urbe sua desperabant. Clemens tamen non desperabat, sed obstinati villam petivit. Quod caecilium quaerabat. Tandem ad villam pervenit. Solicitus ruinas spectavit. Tota villa ardebat. Clemens fumum ubique vidit. Per ruinas tamen fortiter contendit, et dominum suum vocavit. Caecilius tamen non respondit. Subito canis latravit. Servus tablinum intravit. Ubi canis erat. Cerberus dominum custodibat. Okay, so the translation. A black cloud was now coming down to the ground. Now, very thick ash was falling. Very many Pompeians were now despairing about their city. However, Clemens was not despairing, but stubbornly made for the house, because he was searching for Caecilius. At last, he reached the house. He looked at the ruins, worried. The whole house was on fire. Clemens saw smoke everywhere. However, he hurried bravely through the ruins and called for his master. However, Caecilius did not reply. Suddenly, the dog barked. A slave entered the study, where the dog was. Cerberus was guarding the master. Caecilius in tablino moribundus iacebat, murus semiritus eum paenae celabat. Clemens domino vinum dedit. Caecilius postquam vinum bibit, sensim respiravit. Quid accidit domine? Regavit Clemens. Caecilius was lying in the study, almost dead. The wall was half collapsed on him. He was nearly hidden. Clemens gave wine to the master. Caecilius, after he drank the wine, slowly recovered consciousness. "What happened, master?" asked Clemens. "Ego ad villam veni," inquit Caecilius. "Metellam non vidit. Quintum non vidit. Villa erat deserta. Tum ego ad tablinum contendebam. Subito terra tremuit, et pares in me incidit. Tu es servus fidelis. Abi, ego te aubio, de vita mea despero. Metella et Quintus perierunt. Nunc ego quoque sum moriturus." "I came to the house," said Caecilius. "I did not see Metella. I did not see Quintus. The house was deserted. Then I hurried to the study. Suddenly the ground shook, and the wall fell on him. "You are a loyal slave. Go away, I order you. I am despairing about my life. Metella and Quintus died. Now I am also going to die." Clemens recusavit in tablino obstinate, manebat, Caecilius iterum clamavit. Clemens abi, te aiubeo, fortasse Quintus superfuit. Quae quintum, hunc annulum quinto da. Caecilius, postquam Clementi annulum suum tradidit, statim expiravit. Clemens domino trist vale dixit, et e villa discessit. Cerberus tamen in villa mansit, dominum frustra custodibat. Clemens refused. Stubbornly, he was staying in the study. Caecilius shouted again, "Clemens, go! I order you. Perhaps Quintus has survived. Search for Quintus. Give this ring to Quintus." Caecilius, after he handed over his ring to Clemens, at once died. Clemens sadly said goodbye to the master and left out of the house. Cerberus, however, remained in the house. He was guarding the master in vain. So this is an extremely bleak last story in the Cambridge Latin Course Book 1. Caecilius and many of his family members have died. And the use of emphatic pronouns, superlatives, and words used such as frustra, meaning in vain, really adds to the gravity and strength of the feeling of despair and futility. It's a really bleak end to the CLC, but hopefully it was quite enjoyable in a way. But sad for Caecilius. Rest in peace. So we've now finished stage 12 of the Cambridge Latin course. So we've finished book 1. Hooray! And as we've just found out, unfortunately, Caecilius has died in the eruption of Vesuvius. But join me in my next video, where I'll be continuing straight to book 2. So I'll be covering stage 13 of the Cambridge Latin course.